It's just because I've done a glitter makeup look for Halloween. So yeah. So we will be carrying on with the Hello Kitty Parade Halloween edition. So last time we stopped at chapter 3 of 6. So let me try and turn you this way a little bit. Okay, so chapter 3, so much to do. The days flew by. There was just so much to organise for the Halloween parade. Hello Kitty didn't mind too much though. As Claudia and Susie were so much fun, she spent lots of time with them, working on everything they needed to do. And her balloons are like Halloween themed, so you've got a pumpkin, a skull, and some bats. That is so sweet. On Thursday afternoon, she was just about to leave her house to meet Fifi and Tammy for bowling when Claudia rang. Claudia was in a picnic. There had been a total and complete disaster. The band that was going to play at the parade couldn't make it. Hello Kitty could come round for a meeting straight away. Hello Kitty bit her lip. She was supposed to be going bowling, she explained. But Claudia sounded really worried. This was super important. Could Hello Kitty please come and help her and Susie work it out? They didn't know what to do without her. Well then, Hello Kitty didn't want to let Fifi and Tammy down, but this was an emergency, so she knew they'd understand. She'd come round now. Claudia said thanks, and Hello Kitty put the phone down just as Mama came in. She was ready to go bowling. Hello Kitty explained about the call, the emergency. Could Mama please take her to Claudia's house instead? Mama was surprised. But what about bowling with Tammy and Fifi? Hello Kitty promised Mama she would ring them when she got to Claudia and tell them she couldn't make it. She was sure they'd understand. They were such good friends, of course they would. There's a little cute little picture. Although Hello Kitty did feel like she was forgetting something, Mama wasn't sure. But if Hello Kitty thought it would be okay, especially since it was such an emergency, she opened the door and waited for Hello Kitty to follow her out to the car. Hang on, she just needed to find her parade notebook. Hello Kitty ran upstairs to grab it and raced back down to go. All the way to Claudia's house, Hello Kitty thought about the band. What were they going to do? She made some notes and hoped. Susie and Claudia were thinking as hard as she was. When she arrived at Claudia's house, Claudia flung the door open. Hooray! She was here. Claudia hugged Hello Kitty and started chatting away excitedly. Susie was upstairs and they'd been painting their nails. What colour did Hello Kitty like best? She showed Hello Kitty her hands. Her half nails were painted in silver and half in pink. Weren't they cool? Hello Kitty said yes, but she was surprised. She had thought that Susie and Claudia would have been looking at possible bands. Claudia took Hello Kitty's hand and pulled her upstairs. She had to have her nails done now. Normally, Hello Kitty loved painting her nails, but today her head was full of their parade problem. What about the band? Shouldn't they be trying to sort that out? But Claudia said firmly that they could do it once they'd done their nails. Okay, Hello Kitty still wasn't sure what to think as Claudia bounded up the stairs. She followed her slowly. Susie called them out to them as they walked in. She waved a nail polish pot at Hello Kitty. What colour did she want her nails to be? Hello Kitty joined in with the paint in her nails but tried to be quick. She started to ask what they should do about the band, but Susie squealed and spoke quickly. Her favourite band at the moment was the Fizzy Pops. Wouldn't it be amazing if they played at the parade? Hello Kitty agreed. That would be completely super. But they were probably too famous to play at this parade, though. They needed to come up with a band they could get. They all thought hard for a minute, and then Claudia gasped. Her cousin was in a band. Perhaps she could come and play, or at least she would know someone who would. She could sort it all out. Hello Kitty sighed in relief. That would be great. There was just so much to do and remember at the moment, especially with the parade and deciding on a costume which she still had no idea about. Claudia smiled. They could leave the band to her. Now, they should all do their hair next. It was time they had some fun. Chapter 4. A Scary Mistake. Hello Kitty, Claudia and Susie styled each other's hair and then went outside into Claudia's lovely garden. They sat down and talked about their outfits for the parade. Claudia and Susie were going to go as matching cheerleaders with red skirts and white tops, and tie their hair up in ponytails with red and white ribbons. But Hello Kitty still wasn't sure what she was going as. She wished that they had done a bit more for the parade that afternoon, but at least they had fun. And Claudia didn't seem worried anymore. She opened her notebook and made a new list of things to do. She checked down the list so Claudia would get the band sorted now. Claudia assured her she would, and Susie would get the rest of the decorations sorted. Oh, and would she also organise the balloons being blown up on Saturday morning? Susie smiled, definitely. Hello Kitty beamed back at her. It was all coming together. She had done the prizes already, and she had the judges. She would put some more posters up, and they could all meet early Saturday morning to set up. She said goodbye and ran out to meet Mama, who had just arrived in the car. She called out hi and told her all about how they'd had the best afternoon and had figured out what to do about the band. Mama nodded and smiled but was quiet. Whatever could be the matter? And then as Mama started to speak, she suddenly remembered. She had forgotten to phone Tammy and Fifi and tell them she wasn't going bowling. They had called Mama to find out what was going on. They had been a bit worried about her. Oh no, Hello Kitty gasped. Had she completely forgotten? She had been so busy thinking about the band and what they needed to do for the parade. Mama told her not to worry. They hadn't minded once she explained what had happened, but Hello Kitty should call them when they get back. Hello Kitty nodded. She'd call them as soon as she got in. Mama smiled. As soon as they got home, Hello Kitty went to the phone and called Fifi. When she answered, Hello Kitty said hello and quickly explained how sorry she was about missing bowling and how she had meant to call and tell them she couldn't make it, but she'd just completely forgotten. She was so sorry they had needed to call Mama. Fifi told her not to worry, but she had forgotten what day it was too. Fifi blurted it out. It was Tammy's birthday. Hello Kitty clasped her hand over her mouth. Oh no, how could she have forgotten? She'd just been so busy. Hello Kitty was sorry. She apologised to Fifi again. She had just been so busy that she had forgotten, but she would call Tammy straight away and apologised to her too. She could hear Fifi smile as she spoke. She was sure it would be fine. It was still Tammy's birthday. Hello Kitty should definitely give her a call. Hello Kitty said she would. She felt really bad about forgetting. Fifi kept talking. She and Tammy had written Dear Daniel's letters too and sent it off with the bracelet. So Hello Kitty didn't need to worry about that either. They really were the best. Hello Kitty was so grateful that she had such amazing friends. She thanked Fifi and said goodbye as she put down the phone. Hello Kitty couldn't believe that she had forgotten Tammy's birthday. Normally she was so organised, but with so much on, it was hard to remember everything. How could she ever make this right? Hello Kitty rang Tammy straight away. She explained how sorry she was that she hadn't been at bowling and that she had forgotten it was her birthday, but thank goodness she'd still had time to call. Happy birthday, Tammy thanked and reassured her. Hello Kitty shouldn't worry. Tammy knew she'd been really busy. She told Hello Kitty about the costume she was going to wear for the parade. She was going as a witch. Oh, how exciting! And it gave Hello Kitty an idea of her own costume. But Hello Kitty still wanted to make up for missing today. No matter what Tammy said, Tammy started to protest, but Hello Kitty stopped her. She would make it up to her. She absolutely promised. Hello Kitty went back to her room. What could she do? Maybe she could get Tammy a special present. She tipped the contents of her piggy bank out on the floor. Just then, Minnie walked past and asked her what she was doing. Hello Kitty told her what had happened as Minnie came into the room. She explained how much she wanted to make it up to Tanny, so she was going to buy her a stationery set that she had been looking at, the one with all the glitter. Hello Kitty counted her money. She would just have enough. Minnie smiled. She knew Tammy would love it. Hello Kitty did wish there was something else she could do, though. Something extra special to show how sorry she was. Minnie thought hard. Maybe she could do something at the Halloween parade. That's the clear set. That was it. Hello Kitty could make Tammy a cake and present it to her after the prize giving. Then she could ask everyone to sing happy birthday to her. Minnie smiled even wider. That would be brilliant and the perfect end to the parade. At that moment, Mama came in to wish the girls good night. It was time for bed. Minnie gave Hello Kitty a hug and skipped off. Hello Kitty jumped into bed and snuggled down under her duvet, thinking about Tammy's birthday surprise. It was perfect. Tammy would have a really special day. As she drifted off to sleep, Hello Kitty vowed that she would never forget a friend's birthday ever again, no matter how busy she was.